Morning. Today I'm going to clean the Freelander that's going today, and then if I get chance I will do a bit of a walk round on the Maestro and just have a look at what bits and bobs I've got to do on it. We'll see how we go. See you later. Just taking the Freelander to its new owner. Excuse the quality of this video if it's crap. I'm not using the phone I normally use when I do my car videos. So yeah, last drive in it. It's a guy I work with, and hope he enjoys it. It's been a good car for me. It's obviously been great for fetching the other cars. But I cannot have 3 cars on the drive. We've got the missus's car as well, obviously, and the motorhome, so that's actually 5 vehicles, just impossible, and I don't need it, so it's off. Okay, so first sort of little job I've done for the Maestro is jet washed all the original wheels off this morning. Unfortunately, I won't be putting these on just yet. The tyres are too old. This one is week 10 2005. This one is week 42 2000. This one is week 18 2001, as is this one. This is a pair. These are obviously been on the back because these two are covered in brake dust. So they've been on the front and they've been on the back. So yeah, I mean, what? They're 19 years old. That's 20 years old. And that is 15 years old. So no way are they going on the car just yet, unfortunately. The MG alloys will have to stay for a while. Going back to the tyres, this is the spare that I've just taken out of the boot. This one is even older. That's before they did the date code, so that's week 21 of 96. You can tell it's 96 because there's an arrow there. If it was 86, there'd be no arrow. So week 21, 1996, this tyre. It's flat anyway. So basically, there's the 5 tyres. What I will end up doing, the same as I did with my Allegro, one of these will be kept as the spare, the best of the rest. I think there was one from 2005. So it'll need 4 new tyres and the best of the rest, just chuck it in as the spare. I did go through the spares loosely. That box is just full of electrical stuff, switch gear and little bits and bobs. There's a spare radiator there, which I know is a good one. Apparently the guy I bought it off had a brand new one in a box and fitted that because he thought the radiator was leaking. It turned out to be the water pump. So yeah, and that one is full of a starter motor, old turbos and bits and bobs. The spare engine that I've got was from a Montego estate with 130,000 miles on. So these are all bits and bobs that I've got knocking about I'll need to go through, as well as the engine, which is currently sat at the end of my drive because I've got to move the van and everything to actually get it in the garage. In the box of spares, I'd obviously got the 4 original hubcaps and also a brand new unused one. So I've got 5. These are the later diesel specific hubcaps, different style to the petrol ones. Apologies if the wind noise is terrible. It's not calmed down any since yesterday. I'm just tidying the boot out, cleaning the car really. Basically, I just used to literally bolt them to the floor of the car. Lovely. And this one's for Simon, who's the guy I picked the Maestro up for the other day. I know he loves his wiring to be really neat. Check out the Scotch locks. Quality. So apologies if they all look this good, but I'm just lifting the carpets up and hoovering everywhere, Floor looks good. Just needs a good clean everywhere. But yeah, all good so far. Right, I'm in the Maestro. It's far too windy outside to do any commentary and stuff. So where I've just panned the camera around to show you the interior, I'll just chuck some music on that. Well, you'll have seen that already, obviously, because this will be after that. I've given it a quick hoover through and just a quick wipe over. I'll do it a lot deeper when I can get the car on the road and get all access. While it's on the drive, it's a bit tight, the doors are going to bang on the side of the house, etc, etc. So just for now, I just did it really to have a good look over and see what was knocking about in there, bits and bobs. Looks pretty good. There's not a lot of damage, a few little bits, but all looks good. So hopefully in a week or so I can get out there and use this as my daily car. So yeah, that'll do for a minute. Somebody did say in the comments yesterday, the headrests in this are completely different material to the seats. I'm guessing they obviously didn't come like that, so it's obviously got different headrests on for some strange reason. Does seem weird if it is original like that. I was saying about interior damage, the seatbelt clips are broken, but they all function. It's just presumably been trapped under the seats. The other one's the same, and the little one in the middle, I've just poked that under the seat because they annoy me. But all looks good. Definitely headline is a job that's got to be done. It's sagging terribly. In fact, probably the only reason that it's staying up above my head is this sunroof. That's the rear driver's side. This is the front driver's side. It's a different size tyre. Front passenger side, again, 215 4016, and then rear passenger side 195 4516. That's the passenger side sill. This is the driver's side sill. Right, that's me done. As I say, I'll try and do a better video and a plan of action when the wind's dropped and I can get it out on the road and have a good look. Initial thoughts straight away now are no idea why he's got wider tyres on the front than the rear, unless of course that is how they are on MGFs, and obviously the rears are wider but they won't fit without rubbing on this, I guess. Either way, yeah, that's not going to happen. They're definitely going to come off now, so straight into debt with more tyres, I'm afraid. Whoops. Yep, so that's it. I'll catch you on another video. Bye.